So talk to us about why learning is inspiration.
So without learning, if you're dreaming, if you're innovating and you're coming up with things, you lose context. It's fiction. You're coming up with something that's out of the blue, which is good. You need to dream. You need to think blue sky. But when you're actually learning, you're taking in what other people have thought ahead of you, good or bad. You're taking examples in other places, and it's expanding your knowledge of the world. And so that's inspiring to me, to see what people have invented or what people have solved for. And you're saying, what's the gap, or what did they miss, or what does that tell me about something that I'm thinking about? So that inspires me.
Isaac, tell me a little bit about what concept that we're talking about here today at the forum is most important to you and your business.
So I like that we're talking about learning as opposed to training. Right? For me, training is something that the organization provides to its employees to learn how to do something. But I've run transformation programs as a CIO throughout my career. And the most important thing to have successful transformations once it encompasses the full organization is you need the organization to pull and learn things for themselves. The ability to understand that there's a tool out there, I need to learn it, it has a website, I can go find things out on my own, there's an expert here, I need to go cultivate a relationship with that person, understand what they know about this process and how I can make it work better. So that to me is a cultural statement. It means people are growing beyond their current role and growing beyond the processes and their responsibilities, and they're seeking out new knowledge and new ways to provide value in the organization.
And how do you recommend engaging people into that learning?
So I think as leaders, we need to find people who are natural at doing this. The innovators in the group, the ones that get it intrinsically, who are signing up for things, and let them be successful. And then we need to share that experience with the rest of the organization. Provide programs and other ways for people to see that Jill has gone out and learned how to use a business intelligence tool and has produced these great dashboards for their organization, and the marketing department is doing wonderful things with that. So champion the things that the people who are learning how to do things on their own figure things out, and let that pave the way for others to learn by example.
Does any of that involve a little friendly competition?
It doesn't hurt, but I'd rather see collaboration before competition. So have that innovator find ways to sit with some new people and show how things are doing. If you're going to use competition, I really like the concepts of hackathons and
Talk
groups.
about hackathons.
Hackathons are really a technology idea, and the idea is you get a group of people, not just technologists. You put a contest out there, solve a particular problem. You put some boundaries, usually a time constraint, maybe some technology constraints over what you can use, and you give them the freedom to actually explore and come up with a solution and present it at the end of a competition, which can be 24 and 48 hours. And so you could see a group of software developers with business analysts working through the night with pizza and what have you, working on their solution. And then there's usually a governing board that's going to go and judge and provide prizes for the winning competition. So it's a good way to have a rapid innovation or even a rapid learning exercise.
Wow.
Right? So you might have something that is a competition. We're going to throw a new technology at a group of people and find what they can learn and do something with it in a short period of time. That's another example of a hackathon.
Sounds very motivating.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the role learning plays in your career and in your personal life, and how it's propelled you forward to the position that you're in now.
Let's talk about my career. The head of technology. My colleagues expect me to know all the answers. They expect me to understand how a particular technology is going to impact the business. They're going to expect me to know who to partner with, what's the impact with our competitors, and that's all learning. That's learning skin deep what that technology actually does. It's learning what a potential partner actually does versus what their marketing that they do.
Interesting.
It's learning about how to bring a technology in and whether it's going to be successful. Is the user experience around a particular tool something that people will find intuitive and be successful with it, or is it something that requires a tremendous amount of learning? And so that takes an investment. It takes getting out in the field and meeting with customers and seeing how they're using their products. It means getting out in the field and learning from other industries and what they're using and what they're doing. It means going to my partners and seeing what they're teaching. There's a lot of investment in getting out and learning those things. And in terms of my personal side of things, I have kids, they're all in school, and what you really appreciate is how individual learning is. And how much incentive today you have to put in front of people,
oh, really?
kids in particular, so that they're learning things outside of school and they're finding what their interests are and finding ways to research on their own.
And there's so many cool ways. We didn't
Yeah.
have these ways when we were in school, right?
No,
So
yeah, it was talked about today. I mean, even the school curriculum is bent away from rote memorization of facts. And I look at it as the things I had to learn in grad school of how to research a problem and really navigate the library at that
Yeah.
time to see what
physical books.
physical books and card catalogs. And now it's the world of Googles and search engines and business intelligence tools and all this stuff to basically give you a sense of what's out there. And so everybody has to be versed in research and being able to find answers for themselves.